Texas just might turn blue in the midterm elections. I tell you why.
With 2 days left in early voting, a new poll in the Texas Senate race is catching people's attention. The Texas Politics Project poll from the University of Texas has Ken Paxton with a slim lead over Senator John Cornyn. On the Democratic side, it has Jasmine Crockett leading James Tallarico by double digits. The poll was a topic on Battleground Texas. Fox 4 Stephen Dial is here with more from the digital studio. Hey, Stephen.
Hey, Clarice, the new data shows that the Republican side for the U.S. Senate primary is likely going to a runoff. On the Democratic side, a bit of an eye-opener for some, if you believe in polls. Dallas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett with a 12-point lead over State Representative James Tallarico.
First of all, I don't believe that. I believe that Cornyn and Paxton are going to go head-to-head because Cornyn is the establishment. And they're trying to hit and throw all the establishment people out. So I believe that race is going to go to a runoff because each person that has a race has to reach a 50% threshold. And I don't think they're going to do that with Cornyn, Paxton, and the other person that's in the race. But it's basically between Cornyn and Paxton, and neither one of them will get 50%. So on the other hand, we have Tallarico and we have Jasmine Crockett. They say she has a 12-point lead. I don't believe that. I believe it's a little bit closer. I believe they're within a margin of error, and maybe she might be a heads up because she has more name recognition. But then again, maybe they haven't taken into account what happened with him on late night television with Colbert. So we never know what that race is really like. So let's listen.
You can't trust Wesley Hunt.
And a really great attorney general.
With 2 days left in early voting, campaigns are blanketing TV and social media with ads as they continue to fight for undecided voters.
We should be deporting gang members, not small business owners.
Only one of us is taking on bullies from the courtroom to Congress.
James Henson is the director of the Texas Politics Project.
Voters say that they hate advertising, and they probably do. And they say especially that they hate negative advertising. But we also know that it does influence voters' impression of the candidates, particularly negative ads.
This is now the most expensive primary race ever. Does it shock you that they're spending so much money on TV ads?
It's not surprising that given those dynamics in each of the races and the way those dynamics interact, and the national attention to this race, where the stakes are perceived as very high among national figures, that there's a lot of money flowing into this race.
Henson's Texas Politics Project released a new poll on Wednesday giving a snapshot of the race. On the Republican side, Attorney General Ken Paxton holds a slim lead over Senator John Cornyn. The 2-point lead is within the poll's margin of error. Houston Representative Wesley Hunt is in third. Early voting numbers show Democrats are showing up in droves for this year's primary. Today's polling shows that Jasmine Crockett is leading the Democratic race with a double-digit lead over James Tallarico.
I like the, polling, but I don't think that that's true. I think it's more close. It's closer than what they think it is. I think it's more along the lines of them being 40, 47, and 48, respectfully, if that's the case, 48, 49. And it might be with Jasmine having a slight edge because she does have name recognition. It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter which Democrat wins. People would say, oh, okay, you're a black woman who should be going with a black woman. I want to beat the Republicans. I don't care whether it's a black woman, a white man, LGBT. We need to get these Republicans out of office. So whoever wins this between Tallarico and Crockett, I will stand behind them 100%. I'm not in Texas, so I can't vote, but I'm wishing each of them to win and each of them to win and beat out Cornyn or beat out Paxton or beat out Hunt, whoever is the Republican nominee. So I don't really care who wins one way or the other. I just want them to be able to beat, or let's get them online so we can get them to beat the Republican, flip that state. But I think the race is closer than what I think that people think it is between these two.
much higher than other recent polls.
The fact that she is much more well-known is part of Jasmine Crockett's continuing advantage in this race. And we should note that this poll was in the field. We were collecting data from February 2nd to the 16th. This poll was, did come out of the field before James Tallarico got a big burst of attention due to the dust-up over his appearance on the Stephen Colbert Show, which was then moved to YouTube and received some 8 million plus views.
Right.
All right, early voting ends on Friday. Election day is Tuesday, March 3rd. Clarice, you don't know until you know. We'll have to wait till Tuesday to see who's going to come out on top.
Early voting should end. I guess it should be ending, or it did end. I'm not sure. I think it may end in an hour and about 15 minutes. So we will know early voting, but then on Tuesday they can get back to voting and we can actually find out who won on Tuesday night. So, like I said, either one. Tallarico brings things to the table, but see, here's the thing. Jasmine should be the winning ticket. She should be the winning ticket because she has the experience. She's a lawyer, civil rights lawyer, fights for justice, fights for the little people, has a clear record, and she's smart, determined. She knows how to take the Republicans on. She isn't afraid to speak her mind, and she knows how to play in their field. All of the things that are pluses to her. She has experience. She knows what she's doing. Tallarico, to me, he only has a couple advantages. White, male, and has a Christian background that can speak to the Christians. Those are the three things that he has an advantage on. Okay, that's it. White, male, Christian background. And he speaks to his faith. You see the MAGA, what's the MAGAs? Christian nationalism, he takes them head on. He takes that Christian nationalism on head on. So that's the advantage that he has, right? But he doesn't have any experience. He's a teacher. He doesn't have the experience that Jasmine has. He doesn't have the savvy, the political savvy. He hasn't been tested on the national stage. So with that being said, I would go with Jasmine Crockett because she's been tested. She's been battle tested. People throw arrows at her. People throw big guns at her, and she still keeps stepping. So in that regard, I would take her above Tallarico because we need a fighter. We need somebody who knows how to fight. We don't need somebody who is just faith-based, who will come at them with a Bible. That's not what they want. That's not how they work. These people pretend like they're religious, but they lie. They lie when they're not in church on Sunday morning. So we're going to have a fight in Texas. Cornyn, Paxton, Tallarico, Crockett. We don't care which one of those Democrats win, as long as one of them win and they beat the snot out of the Paxton or the Tallarico. I mean, or the Cornyn. Okay, so it is what it is. Texas is in play for the Democrats, and they've been in play. Every state is down there in play because Donald Trump has messed up so bad with the people in America. He has messed up with so many people in America. We just need a whole nother change, and the Republicans are a part of that change that needs to be made. It just is what it is. It's going to be a fight in Texas, y'all. Everything is big in Texas.